yesterday I booked tickets for the Odyssey, and when I go to the Odyssey, I'm also going to pick up a keyboard. By pick up, I mean buy one? Ooh, should I order one actually? I don't know, but I'm gonna, no, probably won't. I'll go to CEX and I'll just see what keyboards they have, and then I'll buy like the first keyboard I see that's like £20 or less. I don't really care how good it is because I can invest in a better keyboard down the line, you know, like a proper like split keyboard, you know, with fucking some other keyboard layout that isn't QWERTY. But I just want to have that so I can put it up, so I can have my computer on a stand, and then the fan will just a better cooling. That's it really. But anyway, the last video I recorded is still uploading. It was 6 hours long. It took me 6 hours to go through each of my my plugins for Neovim, and like not like barely even like install anything new. Like I just mostly updated stuff, the configurations, and that took a while. So I'm continuing that. I'm finished with that, but now I'm installing even more plugins, or at least I might be. So let's have a look, shall we? Also, hopefully I can fix some cheese hitter while I'm at it. My camera's here because I don't want to cover my Neovim, as you'll see soon. So these are the plugins I want to have a look through from this guy, Sailor Alo. He's a YouTuber. You can look for him. He also has some custom scripts, which I want to have a look at, but they're also like 311 lines long, just to have like a hashtag include reorderer kind of thing. So if that's 311 lines, I'm a bit scared, but it's also like all in Lua, which is not my favorite language. But anyway, I can probably close this. Right, so I think I got as far as nvim CMP, because then I had issues setting it up. So let's move on to the next one, which is nvim tree. Right, and I think that this is one of the more major plugins because it makes file navigation so much easier. It's also written in Lua. It's interesting. So automatic updates, file type icons, which is awesome actually. Having the file type icons. I mean, realistically, your entire project's going to be good things anyway. But I guess it's more for like the JSON. Yeah, I don't know. Git integration, diagnostics, integration, live filtering, rename, delete, create. I mean, I can do that anyway, but like, hopefully the facilities are nicer. Cut, copy, paste locally and between instances. Sounds interesting. Highly customizable. So, let's see. So this is in .lua. Require nvim tree.setup, local config equals all this stuff. Yeah. So I can probably just put that directly into lazy. So let's give it a try and see what happens. Yep, so I'll go ahead and first of all go to my config /nvim/lua/kojo. Ooh. And then we're going to open Neovim and let's go ahead and make a new file. So I'm going to go to plugins folder and go and type, what's it called? nvim tree. So I'll call it tree.lua. Okay, and we're just going to return this repository like so with our config, which has stuff. Now let me just check the config here because I'm not actually sure. Yeah, config equals function. The thing is, I don't know if I could just do like here. It says local config. Well, yeah, no, it is like that. Okay, fine. Anyway, dependencies, web dev icons. I don't know where that's used, or if that's even like necessary. Doesn't seem to say you need it. Oh, it's optional. To display, okay, so it's optional. I will then get it. Nvim tree / oh, okay. That's literally part of this extension too. So dependencies equals that. Yeah. And then the config will be a function. And this can be deleted. Yeah. Okay. So nvim tree is the plugin. And there are the key binds down there. Hide root files equals false. Where's that used? Nowhere. Okay, awesome. So we'll have local, well, not even actually, we'll just do require nvim tree dot setup, right, with this stuff. Yep. So I don't know what all these options do. I mean, sync with CYD. I'll probably just go look at these first to get to get started. So sort equals case sensitive. Yeah, I guess. I wonder if that means that uppercase comes after lowercase or something like that. I guess we'll find out. View equals width equals 30. Okay, that's a default apparently, or the recommended. Renderer equals group empty. I wonder what that's about. Equals false or true? True. And filters equals dot files. Does that mean show or hide dot files? These are very vague names to have for a thing. Yeah. Okay. Custom mappings. No. Highlight groups, commands. So there's nvim tree focus, toggle, find file, and collapse. Okay. There's a public API, which is non-breaking. Okay, cool. C++ style API. Although hopefully, but is well, with better foresight. So where can I find, like, is there a wiki? There is a wiki. Good. It's actually documented. Hallelujah. So let's have a look for configurations. Decorators? Where can I find such things? Tips? No. I want to specifically. Is it recipes? I don't know. Like, I just need a breakdown of the config. Development. Where? Is development like actually developing the plugin, or is he just using it? Yeah, that's definitely not right. Never mind. Where can I find documentation? Showcases, tips, recipes, and more. I don't want that. I just want to know how to actually, what the different things are, config options are. Not commands. API, but it's not. See help nvim tree API. Okay, fine. So let's do space PV. No, space VH. That's it. Where is it? Did I save it? It's called tree, right? Yes, here. Space VH with the help, and looking for nvim tree API. I haven't installed it yet, so that makes sense actually. So I'll quit, open it again, find the tree.lua. Okay, and I should be able to do the same thing, but the same will come up. Nvim tree API. I need to enable it first, so let me hook this. I'm going to lazy.lua and add it here. I'm really congested, so apologies for my incoherency at times. Okay, quit again. I'm just going to clone it now. Just clean this up as well. Yeah, I'll probably just delete gcd and reinstall it. So I press X to remove the plugin. Or something. Where is it? Gcd is gone. Yeah. Is it install? Cannot fetch from pharmacy remote. Checkout failed. How do I just like uninstall it? What's it even called? It's called nvim tree sitter. Okay. I'm trying to uninstall it. Restore. Okay, I need to figure out how to uninstall it like completely so I can reinstall it fresh, which is a problem, but whatever. So this should be enabled now. VH again, nvim tree API. Config. Yeah, here. On attach, runs when creating the nvim tree buffer. It uses to set your tree mappings on a function hijack cursor. Are these the things? Actions, diagnostics, filters. Okay, so a different section for that. How do I open a link, by the way? I still haven't figured out how to do that. Git help. Whatever, let's just try using it first. So nvim tree open. There it is. Cool. I can open the folder. Tools is empty. We got themes, plugins. I guess star is what I'm in. Yeah. Core. Cool. I can go outside the folder too. It's pretty cool. Tab and enter to do the same thing, it seems. Tab will also open it here. I guess to preview it. If I press enter, I enter the file. Okay. And I guess it stays open the whole time. But I don't need it to do that, so I could just hide it when I don't need it. Mark view is working again, but I think that's because my tree sitter is not working, so. And it's Lua. Yeah, it's all there. I don't know why there's still a star. Oh, because they're hooked. What? Don't know why that did that. Yeah, it must be because they're hooked in my thing. Right. So have a look at this. Sync root with CWD. Yeah, I could really use some docs for this that are like online, because searching within Neovim is kind of a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. Nvim tree API. Config. All right, one by one, I guess. So we've got sync root to CWD. That might just be in the general. Changes the tree root directory on dir change and refreshes the tree. Okay, sounds good. So let's go ahead and enable that first of all. So I'm going to what's it called again? Dementia is kicking in. Tree, right? Wish I have it hooked because I forget, but okay. Yeah, so sync root. Okay, actually knows what that is. That's good. Equals true. Respect buff CWD is false. Changes the current directory of nvim tree to that of new buffers when opening nvim tree. Changes the current directory of Neovim tree to that of the new buffers when opening it. Yeah? I guess it would be annoying if you like toggle it and then it moves. I'll set to false for now. Update focused file. There's a whole other thing for that. How do I open links? Like genuinely. Neovim open doc link. GX or control for internal help tags. Okay, it's a bit weird to keep in mind. So update the focus file on buff enter, uncollapsing folders recursively. Enable true, update root false. I don't know what that means. Update the root directory of the tree if the file is not under the current root directory. That's different. But it's not. Boolean default false, so it's false by default anyway. Uncollapsing folders recursively. Update the focus file. Does that mean like it just opens the files that you're in? I want that, right? Surely. So assuming it is what I think it is, let's set to yes. So update focus file. It's weird that I only get options now. I wonder if that's because I'm opening the documentation, so now I can like activate it or something. Update root is false. Why? Because update the root directory of the tree, the file is not under the current root directory. Cannot assign boolean to To what? Like I can't see that. It's going off screen. Boolean cannot match. How do I get horizontal scroll? Boolean cannot match nvim tree config update focus file update root. I don't know what that is, bro. It says it's Boolean here. I guess it got moved or something. By default, it's false anyway, so I don't even know if I need to bother with this, but okay. Enable equals false then. This one must be outdated. View, yeah, side equals left. That's kind of the default, but whatever. That's cool. It should be options there. Width, 30. Yeah, the less the better. Maybe I'll make it wider later. I don't know. Preserve window proportions. What does that do? Preserves window proportions when opening a file. If false, the height and width of windows other than nvim will be equalized. Yeah, probably. That's also by default. Okay. Actions, open file, quit on open, false, resize window, true. Why would it quit on open? Don't record. What are you doing? Quit on file. On open. Eject. Prevent new open file from opening in the same window as the tree. This has quit on open as false. But it was the default. Closes the Explorer when opening a file. I low-key kind of do want that though, in a way. Resize window, true. Resize the tree when opening a file. Yeah, well, I don't know what that means. It's true by default, so both those are defaults. But let's say I were to override it. It'd be in actions, open file with quit on open equals true. So if I do that, and then I go ahead and do nvim tree open, and then I choose a file, I need to reload, right? So quit all, Neovim is installing tree sitter. Okay, tree, again it's hooked actually, control 2. Yeah, so now if I do nvim tree open and open the file, it closes, yeah. I think I want that, at least for now, from what I'm imagining. Renderer, hide open file to equals all. Don't know what that means. Tab sync, I don't have any tabs, but hide open files. Let's have a look what that means. So renderer, highlights open files. Default is none. Okay. Are there like more options there? Like what's going on? What's like no information on what that means? I'm just gonna set it to true because I can't think why I wouldn't want to highlight open files. Well, even my LSP picks it up. Okay, git enable equals false. I don't know what that does, right? And then key maps. He has control N, but that's used for typing, no? Yeah, it is. So I can't really do that. What's control E? That, right. Control F? Highlight op, what? What makes sense to use? I mean, like leader, I guess could also work. Like leader PV opens this right now. So I guess I could just replace leader PV with that. Right? How about capital P? Okay, so let me, for now, I'll do a dud. I'll do vim.keymap.set. I'm lagging like crazy right now. Normal mode. Really any mode though, right? Well, not necessarily. Normal mode, leader, capital P, lowercase v. And then, I don't know why it's PV anyway. Like, I don't know what that means. It's like meant to signify. Nvim tree toggle and cr, carriage return. And focus file explorer. So he has leader E to focus on the file explorer. Let me do leader E actually. Okay. So quit. Okay. I'm gonna go back to leader E. Leader E. Yeah, so it always closes it. And then I can go to file. Cool. Yeah, so that's much nicer than what I had with leader PV. I don't like leader PV. This is non-obtrusive, non-intrusive. Right, so Lua plugins. And it highlights files that are open, whatever that means. Why does Control E open dap here? Control E should open harpoon, if anything. Some weird buffer thing. Okay, just close that then. Yeah, okay, so now it's just not gonna. Weird. Can I edit stuff? Like if I rename this. Okay, so R is for renaming. D removes. Okay. Question mark does nothing. G question mark. Okay, so that seems to be the general question mark thing. Help command. Left mouse, right mouse. Okay. So open in place is Control capital E. Whatever that means. Okay, I have like more general things. D delete, C copy, P paste, O open, bookmark with M. Does that mean like open it in my hook thing? Let me see. So like let's say I do M on zdiff, now it's bookmarked. But that doesn't mean that it's in my harpoon. So why would I bookmark? Why would I do that? I don't know. Okay. But yeah. And then space E to close it again. So space E open, space E close. Okay. Cool. For some reason dap is open. I guess I opened it. Undertree is also open. If I open zdiff now and go back out, it's open, right? Like open where? Like, do I have buffers somewhere? I do. So Neovim does have buffers like Emacs has. But how do I switch between those buffers? I don't actually don't understand that at all. Like, can I do O buffer? To open buffer? No. Buffers, just prints them. Let me find a video on Neovim buffers and see what happens. See what comes up, I mean. Okay, I'll look into that. Tabs in Windows, I'm also worried about. I mean, Windows I kind of have to use, I guess, for like my debugging mostly, even if anything. But yeah, I do like how leads are A pins, by the way. I find like a bit confusing for like for hooker, harpoon, sorry, hooker. Maybe have like Control O hook, since Control 1 and 2 to 9, but then switch. Or like Control H, I guess. Yeah, I'm doing Control H. Harpoon. Before that though, install nvim tree. For harpoon, I'm going to change this to Control H. So now if I go to here, here and go to a different file, say tree sitter, and then Control H, it will hook it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, quit. Git commit. Remap harpoon hook keybind. Okay, so let's have a look at this real quick from TJ.
So one thing that happens quite a bit inside of Neovim, I've noticed, is let's say you do something like you populate the quick fix list. We'll talk about this actually in the next video. People don't know how to move from this window back to this one. Now you could click. I know the first thing I show is that you can just click in Neovim. I'm aware, but it still supports the mouse. It's okay, all right? It's okay. But that's not really the way that we want to do that. The way that we actually want to do that is from a bunch of stuff inside of win command. And so basically win command is a way that we can execute different commands regarding Windows. And the trick here is actually that there's a bunch of Control W keyboard shortcuts that are all the different ways that we can navigate, move.
I mean, I just spam Control WW, but I believe if I open this editor, like Control W arrow should switch, right? Same for H and K, so that's pretty good. I mean, that's really all I need, to be fair, but yeah.
Set splits, do a bunch of other stuff. So basically, if you start here at the top of this window.
I don't like having multiple windows open. Like if I or like within one desktop, if I wanted to have another window, I would just I potentially duplicate the window maybe. I don't know how to do that with fucking Kitty, or like at least like open it in the same directory. I need to fix that and then move it over so I can switch between them like this. Same reason I don't have tabs.
Windows, and this is Windows as in these windows, like this window and
these
this
are
window.
my tabs.
And this is a very, very important piece of information right here. Summary: a buffer is the in-memory text of a file. So this is just the text that you see, like where it says a buffer is the in-memory text of a file. That is like the buffer. A window is a way to view that buffer. We can have this same buffer show up in multiple spots, right? Yeah. You'll see these two things, they say the same thing. In fact, when we select them, those are two windows viewing the same buffer, and a tab is just a collection of windows, okay? Really important that you know that those like words and names and match up, because that's very specific what Neovim means for all of these. So inside of Windows, okay, we have a bunch of different options that we can do. There's a bunch of names for what buffers can do and other stuff like that. But the part that I want to sort of have us talk about here are not really opening, closing windows, not that exciting. That part's not that exciting. The thing that I want to show is actually how we can move between them. But you do need to know a few of these, like splits the current window, vnew, that's like the very basics. Is you can use Control W and then hello world here, and I have other thing here. Since I'm on stream a lot and I have bigger text, sometimes I want to take one like window and move it to its own whole tab so that I can see the entire file. Control W capital T will make you a new tab, which is really nice. And you can use GT to move through tabs. Like,
do I even have tabs? I swear I've tried Control W capital T. Huh, I do have tabs. I just never use them. So then how do I bring it back? How do I bring it back? Tab. Tab rewind. No, that takes you back. I don't know. I mean, I can just close this as well, and then we're back here. Yeah, tabs. I'm just not keen on tabs. I don't think even the Primogen uses tabs. Like, I'm pretty sure he, like the reason I mentioned it is because I'm pretty sure he specifically developed Harpoon so that he wouldn't need tabs and said he could just switch between these two buffers. I mean, windows, but, or files. I don't know. I mean, I want to see where the buffers are so I can switch between them. Like, this is way more convenient than having the switching between tabs, I feel. Because then, like, you just have the same thing. Like, you have different buffers, like you can switch between without needing tabs.
GT. Probably easiest way is just to do.
But how about buffers? How to use buffers in Neovim. Like in Emacs, like that's what you use to switch between stuff. And I also wonder, like, if having all these buffers open slows down my system. It's just noise. Okay. I give up on thinking of buffers as I do. It's just a different philosophy. In Neovim, you shouldn't care too much about how many buffers you've opened. You have a lot of ways to navigate back and forth between buffers. But is it like a close all buffers? Neovim close background buffers. Especially if you want to like make sure that all the other buffers are saved and then just continue working. Close buffers or nvim. That's a plugin. Run silence WA to save changes first, then loop through and delete understood or hidden elements. So is it silent? Is that it? Like if I look at buffers, I have 2. If I do silent Q, that just closes everything. So what? B next. B close. Buffer close. Is C buffer close buffer? Say I have this open, tree sitter, and then I want to go back here and I want to close the tree sitter buffer because it's open, right? Check buffers. You can see down here I have plugin slash tree sitter, so it's still there. So can I do C buffer? 1 of 59. No, that's just the start of the file. Buffer. Now it can't be C, right? How do I kill a buffer? Have a look at this. My exact question. Yeah, that's a plugin, but how about just close a buffer? B-delete. But I don't have B-delete, do I? Oh, I do. That deletes this buffer though. Right? Yeah, I don't know why it just closed. I think it was lazy. But now if I go back, it's open again. But notice how, because the buffer was already open, I actually do keep the like the LSP stuff open. If I close the buffer, then it needs to kind of refresh it again when I open it. I mean, it doesn't take long to do so, but like I'm just saying, it's something worth pointing out. So now it's back open again, right? So can I, like let's say I want to close tree stitch, right? Can I do debuffer or a b-delete 7? Yeah, so that closed tree sitter. And now if I go in my file viewer, so space E, leader E, I can see that tree sitter is not closed. Okay, I mean, like it's not that important, but it's more just so that I can check when I have too many buffers open, and then if I feel like my computer is slowing down, then I can just, I mean, honestly, at that point, just quit and then like start a new, and then go back in, just to like kind of like refresh stuff. Although, I mean, I shouldn't need to though. Do I ever need to worry about having too many buffers open in Neovim? I'm just worried about my computer slowing down. When is my session limit reset? The lightweight. Okay, so it's more about just like not having like loads of projects open at the same time. So in that case, I'll just ignore it then. But yeah, just good to think about that in a way, or like at least be aware of it. Okay, next plugin. That one was a bit of a detour, 42 minutes. But speaking of which, this video 6 hours long. Looks like it's finally finished, so I'll make it public. And send it on the old Discord. This is awesome. I feel like I'm making some good progress with my setup. You know, like I'm setting myself up for success. Right, what does UFO do? In fact, before I do that, I should probably write notes here. In fact, let me just go through all of my things. Plugins. Yeah, let me go through all my plugins and just like update them. So yeah, custom home screen, Blink gives me I mean, not easy, but like easy advanced text completion, right? Or easy LSP assisted. Yeah. But what are these like recommendations I get when I click that stuff? Okay. I keep thinking like space A will open my this for some reason. I'm trying to think where that might come from, but whatever. Auto completion. I can delete this one, right? Yeah. So let's do delete. Yes. Okay, close the buffer too, which I guess isn't surprising. Do I have that open even? No, I did remove it. Okay. Can I search? I can. Can I? Yeah, I want to get numbers here so I can like jump up and down, but whatever. Colorizer, that's fine. Comments. What's this do? Toggle code as comments via keybinds. Yeah, it's a bit shaky, but like as long as I have like the general idea, so I don't forget. Navigate files, or navigate towards specific characters quickly, and or like sorry, jump to, right? Jump to specific points in a file quickly. Godot, yeah, just like Godot support, I guess. Harpoon, switch between hot buffers without tabs, basically. Hazy dev. What does X mean? Does X mean like edited or something? Is it like a Git thing? I guess I don't mind it showing Git, to be fair. I'll find out. Well, I guess I won't actually, because I'm going to close this. But Mason, make LSP management simple. Surround, telescope. Quickly use fuzzy search to jump to files and grep file content. Okay, it's a comment. To do comments, tree. Toggle non-intrusive. I mean, yeah, it's not intrusive, but non-intrusive file tree. Yep. Tree sitter. Improve syntax highlighting and code formatting capabilities. Jesus J, undo tree, show, or navigate undo history via a tree structure, well, via a natural tree structure, and zdiff. Okay, now quit. All commit. Give every plugin a short description at the top. Right, so UFO, what's this do? An ultrafold. To make Neovim's folds look modern. What is fold? But hide stuff. Okay, and I don't like folds anyway, so yeah. I try to avoid folds. I feel like if you have that much issue navigating your files, even with like searching for stuff and like jumping up and down, you probably need to restructure your code. Otherwise, like I feel like having the ability to just collapse things and fold them creates a bad habit of just like spamming loads of functions in one file and being like, because like it feels like there isn't much there, but then once you expand everything, it's like, oh shit. It also makes jumping between stuff like a pain in the ass. Like folds just open without you wanting them to because you accidentally like jumped into them or something. Like I've had that with VS Code. I just don't want to deal with that. Obsidian, right? This would be a big one. Would it though? I mean, I don't really want to use Obsidian with Neovim anyway. I know that Salar has a video with how he uses Obsidian with Vim, so I'm going to come back to that later when I watch that video. Presence, I'm guessing, is Discord. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. Discord Mesh Presence for Neovim. I think I have that set up. If I check my... Never mind. I can do though. Just gotta do it, I guess. Yeah, I'll install it. Why not? Yes, I'll just copy this for now. Presence. Why I keep doing add A space A? Why do I do space A to open the file manager? Where's that come from? I literally never do that. Anything else? I don't think so. Right. Create a new file. No, I want to search with it here. I can't. Okay. Where's that create file? No create. New. Open for O maybe. That just opens the file, like literally. Pattern not found new. What? So it recognizes it, but it doesn't do anything with it. Nvim tree. Sorry, this one's just so annoyingly documented. How do I create a new file? Literally. There's nothing here about creating new files. Nvim tree, create new file. Is it A? It's A, okay, for some reason. So A plugin slash presence.lua. Okay, and capital A is for directories. Okay, fuck it, I guess it's the same then for both. Just do that, right? It's fine. Presence Lua, okay, so paste that. Okay, let's have a look at some actual good documentation. Log level, log messages at or above this message. Level. Debounce timeout, enable line number. Probably just too slow to be fair. Blacklists. Buttons. What's that? Buttons. Editing text. File Explorer text. Alright, let's have it for default for now. Give that a shot. Try to enable it, of course. So this is presence. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, N, Y, P. To be here. Just gonna clone it. Right, let's see what Discord will do. It knows I have fun for zombies. Would I work with Neovim in the terminal though? Yeah, nvim. Okay, I have a bunch of Neovim stuff, I guess. Yeah, but it just says nvim. So how do I get to show the presence? It is running. Show Neovim 0.5 or higher. Enable game activity. Enable logging. Okay. So it should be working. I'll try opening just Neovim itself. See if that fixes makes it register. Say it was to open a file. Not that. Open a file. I don't know, some SVG. Yep, it's working. Neovim, working on nvim, editing, dap.lua. Okay, so it did pick up the other window. Working on nvim. Okay. So if I was to close that now. Yeah, it's closed. And let's say we're to go here instead and go into my C++ project and go to my main.cpp. Yep, it picked it up. So it's working on freeware, which is the name of my project. Oh, sorry, it said nvim because that was the directory. Working on freeware, editing main.cpp. Awesome. So now I can flex and I use Neovim. Oh, and like I literally have Neovim open like 24/7. So this is an awesome way to flex. Right, close that. Okay. Add Discord rich presence plugin. What's next? Pressing.lua? Pressing what? Improve the default Vim.ui interfaces. Oh, right, like literally dressing. Yeah, I saw this. I don't really get what it's for. Just to make things like look better, but I'm kind of fine with how it looks. So, and those that look like even like noticeably much more better, if at all. Render Markdown. I use MarkView, which works for me. Last commit, last month. Yeah, I mean, it can really look so much better than MarkView does. So I don't really care. I mean, TrueCity doesn't work anyway, so either way, it's the same issue for me. RNDR, rendered.lua. It's weird. Oh, is that his plugin? Yeah, that's his plugin. Right, yeah, so he did make one, which lets you like render 3D models in your editor. It's very cool, although it's also very low resolution, so it's like... Oh yeah, also for images. Is it useful? Not really. Is it cool? Hell yeah. I don't work with 3D models, so I don't get any benefit from this, but it is pretty cool that it exists. Satellites.lua. What does that do? Lots of space-themed telescope, planary, a low-resolution renderer for models and images within Neovim. I didn't copy and paste it, I guess, properly. Copy it properly. I love it when like the page is slow to load. So then, you know, like I start scrolling or like I start highlighting stuff, and then the page just goes like, fuck you. And then it just, you know, resets the page and it's like, okay, thank you. At that point, just don't show me the page. Satellite and nvim is a Neovim plugin that displays decorated scroll bars. Why? Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah, no, I'm good. Smear cursor. Does this work in Neovim? Like the terminal version? And if so, how? Also, like, how is it? Yeah, all terminals, damn. And people usually have that. I think it looks a bit distracting though, which is why I never installed it. I'm also skeptical on how slow it might make things. But it's a good like party trick. There's a shadow around the smear. I like these emoji for the headers actually. I might steal that for my next project. There's a shadow around the smear, text becomes visible. This is inherent to the way smear is rendered, as Neovim is not able to render superimposed characters. The shadow is just noticeable when the smear is moving faster. Okay. Let's steal it. And check it out. I'm not convinced I like it, but maybe I will. Plugins, what's it called? Smear? Smear cursor. .lua. Yeah. Just take that. And then I'll hook it. I'll hook it with Control H. Smear cursor. Okay, quit nvim. It's gonna load, it's gonna clone it. Yay. Awesome. Oh, it's definitely smeared. So let's go to here, for instance. Yeah, like, it's mildly distracting, but it looks really cool to watch it when like you watch someone edit it, right? Like if I do, like, let's say I want to say, here, watch this. I'm gonna go down here to damping and change this value to 6.9. You know, I'm gonna go like, whoa, let me do it like fast. Okay, that was admittedly less cool because the cursor only moved once, but like point is, it's I don't know. It might be cool to watch someone do stuff with that, you know? Like imagine I make a C++ tutorial like, all right guys, you gotta hashtag include, you know, print, all right? And then I'm realizing that my cursor isn't even being used right now, but that's okay. Whatever. I'll keep it for the flex status. Fuck me. Enabled equals false. I guess, yeah, if you want to disable it quickly. Although I have other ways to disable it, so actually no. Anticipation, whatever. It's also bouncing. Milliseconds, stiffness, yeah. These are good settings. Snacks, yeah, what is that? I looked at that briefly too, by Folk. Folk has a lot of plugins, I've noticed. I like how I just didn't copy. Like I did press Control C, by the way. A collection of Kojo-like plugins. Yeah, but these are separate ones, right? No. Because like I don't really want them to like different ones, I guess. Efficient animations, including Open45 easing functions. Deal with big files, delete buffers without just having window layouts. Beautiful decorative dashboards. Like what order? Like there's so many stuff here. You know? I don't want to install all of them. So no, I refuse. Telescope, to-do marker. That's the to-do thing, right? To-do comments? No, it's conform. Okay, that's new to me. And then that's it, right? Tree sits here in trouble. What's trouble? I knew you were in trouble when you walked in. Have a look at that in a second. Conform, lightweight yet powerful formatter plugin. What? What does that mean? Preserves XD marks and folds. Shut up. Oh, so formatting. Yeah, I don't use formatting. I format when I want to, not automatically. Nvim. Right. So what's this about? A pretty diagnostics references telescope results, quick fix and location list help you solve all the trouble your code is causing. What? A pretty list for showing diagnostics references telescope. Okay, I just read that. I like this actually, this symbol. Ah. It's like the problems tab in VS Code that shows all your project's problems. That's actually very useful, I think. Trouble nvim. So trouble is a replacement. So look at this video. It's the only one I could find.
Trouble is one of my favorite plugin in Neovim, and I will show you why. But in a nutshell, Trouble is a quick fix type plugin. It creates a list of file location where you can easily jump to and start adding some changes. So let me show you how it works. So I'm on my Neovim config project. Let's say I want to see all the diagnostics issues like errors warning in my current project. I can just run trouble, then diagnostics. It has listed out all the issues for my entire project, and each of the items are actually file locations. So if I hover over any of them, it gives me a live preview without opening that file. If I hit enter, then it takes me to that file location. Now I can add some changes. If I hit GB, it shows me the list only for my current buffer.
He's got a lot of what do you call it? Like big spacing, which is interesting. Definitely looks like too much, but I've never really thought about that. Like improving, like increasing the vertical spacing. I don't know if it, does that make things easier to read? Nah, not really. Nah.
If I change the buffer, then also the trouble list is changed.
Let's install it because it seems extremely useful. So I'm just copy this again. Put in a buffer, new file, trouble. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Yeah, dependencies, options. Looks pretty simple actually, just has options and that's it. So filters, ignore Qt compiler arg. Okay. Not going back to that. Modes, filter not. Okay, this is like ignore some Qt thing. Do I even need that for my use case? Command equals trouble. That's aura for some reason. Keys equals these. Yeah, where are the keybinds? Somewhere else? Trouble diagnosis trouble. XX. Yeah, that'd be good actually. I mean, actually, I guess it's not surprising. Like, this would be used. Like that keybind would be reserved for such a popular plugin, right? So leader XX. Just command trouble diagnostics toggle. This is how I learned that CR doesn't have to be. Yeah, wait, Control R doesn't have to be uppercase. This is so weird, bro. Whatever. I don't need the desk, right? What's the desk actually for? Like, I don't, like it seems pretty self-explanatory. Leader X, capital X, toggle filter buff equals 0. Don't know what that means. Trouble symbols toggle. Trouble LSP toggle. Okay, I'm just gonna have just this one, I guess, for now, and see how that work goes. Open Neovim. If I quickly open and close Neovim, does that reset my Discord status, I wonder? Yeah, it's imperative. Six seconds, yeah, it does. Tragedy. I mean, it doesn't matter how long I'm using it for. So space XX. I forgot to enable the actual thing. Boom. Well, wrong place even. So what's it called again? Trouble. So let's go with that. stg trouble quit open Neovim. So I'm gonna clone it into my thing. I'm gonna do a search for circle here. I'm gonna hook it as well and then do leader XX. No results for diagnostics. Awesome, that means I have no errors. Now let's do this. I'm gonna delete this. Okay. It's gonna insist I have no results for diagnostics still. Okay, that is not ideal. If I switch files, same thing. Okay, never mind. Let's do more then. Trouble is highly configurable. Please refer to the default settings below. I don't know. So trouble just doesn't. Select trouble mode. Diagnostics. No results for diagnostics. That is strange. Is there anything else I need to do here? I feel like it should be fairly straightforward now. Based on what I've seen, I will delete these, by the way. Capital S here to select the interior. That's the exterior, but whatever. Or actually, I can just do DI this, I guess. No. DI like that. Like that one. Ooh, I like how Shift J puts things up on the line and then leader J joins it. Yeah. Do I like hook it to something? Like what's going on here? Folk, trouble, nvim. So when was this last updated? 9 months ago. So has it been like replaced by a better version or something? Like, should I be using quick fix instead? Is it even a plugin? Oh shit, it's literally built in. This was 2 months ago. Let's have a look at this video then.
If you haven't watched the last video, you'll probably need to check that out because we show quite a few things for Telescope. We're going to use Telescope to explore Quick Fix today. Now, Quick Fix can come from a variety of different places.
How am I on max volume? That can't be healthy. Like, I should be on like 80 max at all times.
If you don't know anything about Quick Fix, we can go ahead and do a help Quick Fix here. Help Quick Fix. And the main thing that Quick Fix does is it's basically like a way where you can put a list of, generally speaking, file locations like in a special buffer. And Neovim knows that, and it can move between them. This feature actually goes all the way back to Vim. It's quite an old feature. Really, the idea is sort of this edit, compile, edit cycle, which I really like. and it lets you move through each one. So first thing we're going to do is let's just look for all the places where we search for function. Now, if we zoom out just a touch, we'll see our preview and everything, and you can see like this is where we have functions on every single spot. So let's just say now we press Control Q. Okay, that puts each of these items in the quick fix list. You can see right down here we've got quick fix list. If we press Enter, we will go to that line, right? Now to go back to this window, you can, if you're searching for something, another nice thing you can do is if you've done something like you're looking for all of the references. So if you recall, that's GRR for references. Well, would you look at that? Of course, it also uses quick fix. So if you want to move through all of the different references, you can do that super easily, right? So it's actually pretty cool because a bunch of different things know how to put stuff into the quick fix list, and then you can use the same commands to do all of those. Now, you can actually do even cooler things inside of here. This is sort of the last thing that I want to do. Let's say we wanted to find these places where we wrote client, and we wanted to call it just like C instead, right? So what we could do is we could do cdo. That's for quick fix do, of course. And so we're going to do a command for each of these lines. So you can do S for substitute. That's what we normally do. So if I do S client and I say cool, it'll substitute that on.
So it goes across files.
Line, right?
Okay.
And telescope is you can do QF list, and I think we probably don't even have to set it with any options. Right here, let's go set QF list. What does it say here? Ops namespace open quick fix after setting titles very. Okay, so this one will just set it for all of them. That's fine. So there's no filter on this one. You could write your own that filters it only to the.
How about trouble.nvim specifically? What's that? Somebody search for. How do I customize my my things though? Hold on. Like if I go here and go out, look for a init.lua. Like so, like I have this right here, the prefix, virtual text prefix. That's for my diagnostics. But how do I change that symbol depending on the diagnostic? Can I do that? Or like, do I need like a plugin for that? I don't know. What is this? It's a visualization of what though? Edits? It's like someone's config? Or is it how it was set up? What is this? This is so intriguing. Yeah, commit history. What the hell? Shopify? Curl? 10 minutes? Stuff like a curl. That's so cool because like I get commit history like stays forever, right? So like it's just there, which means you can always create these kind of things. It's a cool little project. I don't know why they make so many videos like these, but like I doubt they profit. I wonder if this can reveal something interesting about like project structure. I wonder what happened there. Like imagine seeing like a refactor like this in this view. That'd be really cool. Like this would go hard with like narration, you know, that like explains what's actually going on. Look at all the different like users. Well, I mean, editors, authors, contributors. A whole lot of tests. I like how like the tests like grow and shrink. It's cool to see how like that develops. I think it is that, or just spinning, but I believe it is actually growing and shrinking at the same time. (2017). Look at the testing. That's cool. Yeah, exactly. Visually very, very, very impressive, but I think something like a voiceover is missing. Git was in 2005. I didn't know that. So they kind of like merged it together. That's cool. Cool. I didn't know curl was so old. Like I didn't know curl predated Git, but I also didn't know like Git was only 2005. So, right, I'm gonna use up my limit here, but it doesn't matter, does it? I saw that coming. I installed folk slash thing I seemingly closed. Trouble. Sorry, what? Folk slash trouble dots for Neovim. But I get this error. But I get this notice when I try activating it, even though my LSP is indeed picking up errors. Errors in my code. Fathoming. Like if I delete this line and do XX, yeah, I get nothing. What's that? Okay, not the reply I wanted. But I could be random pings. I should really leave these servers, but like I do use them sometimes. Also, like the fucking Discord inbox doesn't even work properly. Like a lot of the time, it will just not show the notification. Okay. Failed to current buffer. Only, just filter, sorry. Not true. Version by mismatch. Trouble, version 3 name modes. The old config is .2.66. Okay, more, just diagnostics now. If you open trouble before the LSP is actually attached and publish items for the buffer, it will show empty to trigger a recheck. Save the file or edit it. Right, so let me delete this. Save the file, and now do it. Nope. Okay, try a different edit. Still no. Run lua vim-get or check out the diagnostic is new info. If that shows empty2, it's an LSP config issue. Okay. So let's delete this again. And let's call vim, what's it? Lua. Lua vim.diog. I like how fuzzy search actually found that at .get. Did it print anything? I guess not. Or check health vim.diagnostic. Error. No health check found for vim/diagnostic plugin. The Lua thing returns empty, and I have no such vim.diagnostic command apparently. I do Lua ls, yeah. Inside the actual file where you saw the errors. Yes, here. I have the errors here. And that's like, it just doesn't work in your config specifically, but that'd be weird. So Lua equal vim.diagnostic.get. Yeah, it works. Printing the diagnostic did work. The error is in my init.lua because I'm testing it there. Because I'm just testing it there. So why won't trouble pick it up? I'm gonna hit my limit like any second now, and it's gonna be a fucking tragedy. I'm gonna cry. If trouble says foot severity each an error and it is supporting, it'll be filtered out silently. Check your required trouble setup opts for filter or severity. They don't have anything there. Trouble diagnostics, right? Trouble diagnostics. Yeah. Okay, let me go to my treble. How much does this cost, by the way? Have it later. Is it loading? It's loading. Let's try running lazy though, just to check. I mean, it shows itself, so clearly it has to be loaded. What's it called again? Trouble. Not loaded. What? So if I delete this, well, now it's loaded. Wait, clean? Let's check. Clean. I'm looking for trouble. Did trouble just like kill itself? It like it just uninstalled itself, right? Am I tripping right now? What? Hello? What? That is weird. Okay, let me check my... It is here. Failed to load trouble. Right, because I had an error. Right. So now it reinstalls itself. Okay. Let's try that on this file instead. Delete that. Should panic. Now it shows. Okay, you know what? I don't know what happened there, but fuck it, it works now. So how does this work then? Same error, right? I have an error here as well, and it previews it. So if I press enter, does it take me to it? It does. Cool. That's actually really fast. Sick. Okay, cool, it works. I can use that now. Good, awesome. So not sure what happened there, but I guess someone wants me to use all my tokens. So, yeah, awesome. So all that's really left now is sorting out these through some manual method and fixing tree sitter, I guess, right? And also dap, so configure that. But yeah, so tree sitter needs fixing. So I'll open that here. And I want to look at these tools. In fact, I think it's here. Yeah. So, what's this? Nvim, yeah, okay, no, I don't need that. So these tools are interesting. Like this one here. How long is it? Fucking hell, dude. It's 700 lines of code. That's ridiculous. What this does is it takes a C++ header function definition, like a header class definition, and then moves it into a CPP file. Which sounds like it wouldn't be that crazy complicated, yet somehow it takes 700 lines of code. So I don't know if I could be arsed to even look at this. I think it's Lua as well. How is this so much? Like genuinely, how's there so much code? It's a cool plugin, but like Jesus Christ. Or tool even. Skeleton at Lua. I don't know what that does. Like, where are the 460 lines of code coming from? So what does this do? Does it just like to find like a new file, kind of? Like a snippet of sorts? Probably does, right? I wouldn't mind having Pacma once in all my header files automatically. Dude, I'm a merciful creature, but mosquitoes, I do not fuck with mosquitoes. They can kill you. And you wouldn't even feel it. Deadliest animal on earth, by the way. It's not humans, it's not sharks, it's mosquitoes. Why is there so much? I'm gonna look into these at some other point, but like ask some AI to summarize it, just so I have a bit of like an easier entry point. Because it's cool, but like I can't be asked to read it all right now. Okay, so that's Neovim. There's some other stuff here too. Rofi, OBS things. I mean, I only care about the Rofi, I guess. Although I don't know what his Rofi even does. Yeah, no, I think it's very simple. But I would configure mine on my own. So I can close this. So, next thing is to sort this out. So target specific types of comments. Yep, that works. I've set that up now with this feature. So I can do PTF to search for to-dos. Maybe PCF would be better for comments, right? Yeah, I think I will do that actually. So let me go instead to to-do and find this one and change it to PCF. Save that as well. Okay. Get status. Okay, I'm gonna add plugin / to do comments, and then just commit change keybind to leader P CF for comment. Yeah. So like P would be is by search. Like so PF is like fuel files, PGF is Git, PCF is comments, and I also have I have space VH for documentation. Maybe just PH would be better, I guess. Should I change that too? I might do. And then there's space something for grep. PW maybe? Or PS even? I think it's PS. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. Get status, get at all. Install smear cursor and trouble plugins. Yep. So to do this then, first of all, the quick build run test, that would probably have to be by custom script. So what it would do is it would look in the directory for a, and well, I guess like detect what it is, and then like run a CMake, basically, if it's C++ or cargo, if it's cargo, type shit. Or maybe even just have like different commands built in, even. I guess that could also work instead. But like, it's cool just to, like, the one reason I like VS Code, like one of the I mean, okay, I don't like VS Code, but like one of the key things I like about VS Code that is not, well, you can't really get in Neovim, is a build button. You just press the build button and it builds, or you press the run button and it runs, right? So I want to have something. I want to have something like that where I can just type :build or :run and it just runs and builds. You know, like that thing. Bit of file navigation, that's done. All keybinds, yeah, just leave that for now. Comment hider. I don't need it right. I don't need it right now, so I'm gonna leave it. But it's just, you know, whatever. So quick build run test, yeah, and also test run tests. So neovim builds command. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Just gonna close this door. hmake hcompiler. What? Help colon make. Hmake. Okay, I don't know what that's saying. Use a button terminal. I don't want to know. The thing is though, like you do need to see the output. That is a caveat. So having it in a separate window is probably better in that case. The cat just tried to get through the cat flap. It was locked. Went backwards. It detected the collar or whatever, unlocked it. It just like sat there for like a solid 10 seconds. Then the thing stopped, like locked again, and then it would try to go back inside again. And then while her sister, the cat's sister, is just watching. And another cat sister has just gone through with no issues. It's kind of funny. I'm on as Claude, but I feel like it's sort of die on me like in the next second, but whatever. Can I set up a Neovim thing so that I can just run build to build and run to run a project? Or is this functionality already built in or existing as a plugin? Yeah, so they're coming. What are the plans? Out of curiosity. £15 a month for the Pro plan. Claude Code directly into in your code base. But Claude Code is only £15 a month. That's actually pretty good. That's like almost as like expensive as YouTube Premium. So like, it's like to put that into perspective. But this is like 10 times more productive, 10,000 times. Power through with co-work, building project with code design, higher usage limits, memory across conversations. Claude Code is interesting. Again, I don't know if I'd use it. Although, I guess the good thing is that it can just like scan your project and find what's wrong and also do code reviews. I guess that's the main benefit. Just like, so like you don't have to manually copy paste your code all the time. To say like, I'm not sure what's going on here, could you explain it to me? I wonder what the higher usage is though. Like I suspect Claude Code would eat up your things anyway. Well, it lied. It's 18 a month. It's only 15 a month if you. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm not interested. Overseer.nvim auto detects gives you overseer run. Awesome. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Toggle term. Great for toggling a terminal to make that without a formal task system. Okay. CMake tools at nvim because you proper CMake build CMake run. Wait, seriously? Okay, well, I'll look at Overseer. A task runner and job management plugin. So, built-in support for many task frameworks, simple integration with Vim diagnostic and quick fix. Cool. UI for viewing and managing tasks, quick controls for common actions, extreme customizability, define and run. Okay. How's it work? Go to video. Overseer run. But it still opens the thing. You have to start a task, but will it remember it? Okay, what's a task list? I don't know. So like this then. So first create the file, a template, okay. G++. Let's see if you want G++, right? Okay. That's if you want G++ build. Oh, this is so cool. You can create a task that reruns a script every time it's saved and view the output in a split. That's good for like quick things. Although I save like constantly, so it's not good for me, but like that specific thing. But maybe like in like another language like Python would be pretty good, because then you can just get a constant output. Or Go, I guess, because that's also designed to be fast. Okay. File type CPP. Are HTTP files actually recognized as the same? Let's try. Open Neovim. Right. So this is a CPP file. If I go into my thing, and look for a HTTP file, this is still CPP. Okay. Unknown type name texture. Did you mean STL texture? Possibly. I haven't looked into this in a while. Cool. I've got all my errors there. You like to see it? Okay, so it's thinking G++ build, that's a name. Command G++ file. So how do I add like more flags and stuff? But this looks powerful. Overseer.nvim. There's also, before Claude died, his dying words. CMake tools.nvim. This was 4 years ago. Oh my god, TJ's glorious hair. That is insane. No videos on this actually. That's kind of weird. CMake tools and because like I compile back and forth constantly, so like I really would benefit from having a stingy. What was that? Okay, built it. It just showed the fucking assembly. Where'd that come from? Debug. Okay. I just missed that part of the GIF. Okay. CMake debug? Is that just built in? I didn't know CMake even had a fucking debug. But yeah, I'd rather have some more control over it, so I'm not locked into that ecosystem. Screenshots. Right. I mean, let's try it, I guess, with a simple case. First of all, we need to install it, right? Did it show different? Yeah, here. Just copy this. Go to the config. Plugins, and we're making Overseer, right? Return. And this would be run compiler tasks through Neovim. Okay, so just run that. Right, I need to also enable it here. Overseer, LMNOP. Overseer. Okay, I should install now. Cool. And then what? Overseer run. Does nothing. Probably because I'm in fucking void space right now. So let me open a project. Okay, I'll go to my sandbox for this one. And I've got dap here. So I might as well reuse that project, why not? It's just a simple thing. And let's do overseer run. Right, so that does nothing. So I need to go to my my config and for this tutorial real quick. So in Lua / overseer, does it have to be like there specifically? Template / user. Yeah. Okay. So an nvim. Yeah, we're going to create overseer /template /user /cpp build .lua. Okay, that worked. And then return name equals, we're going to do clang ++ builds instead. and the builder equals a function or a local file. Okay, it's just Japanese just now. Local file equals vim.expand. Sorry, vim.fn.expand. This thing, and then return command equals clang++ with the file. No other flags for now, right? And then components equals on output quick fix. Okay, open equals true. Default. And then we got condition is file type equals CVP. And that's a list. Again, I don't know if HTTP is a type, but whatever. And let's paste that as well. Holy paste fail. Okay. So that should work. Now if I nvim again and try the same thing, so overseer run. It ran. It says process exited 0, 0. Okay. How about just build then? So like let's have overseer build. Wait, so it actually automatically chose it as well, I think, right? I can toggle to hide it. Never mind. So let's say I have an error somewhere, like this. And then I'm gonna do cargo, now overseer, run. Get an error. Cool. Cool. Awesome, even. And I just need to set this up for my other things. So to get this to work with CMake though, I need to look into that more. But okay, the basic plugin works. That's what matters. Yeah. So install overseer plugin. Stay inside, please. Okay, so with this I can set up some more advanced workflows. It's just the main thing is that it's able to detect it. That's very handy. Yeah. Cool. So I'll just go ahead and delete this file then. And yeah. Can look at that later. Hold on. If both are file type equals go. Oh, it's just like a. Oh, that's weird. Go run file. Let's try one more thing actually. I'm gonna go in here again, just kind of like test this out. Overseer, and let's go ahead and copy this file. Create a new file called cpp build, cpp 26 build, let's say, .lua. Open it up, paste the same thing. It'd be called clang ++ build, or clang ++ 26 build, or even C++ 26, right? And with a file, but then also the flag standard equals C++ 26. Okay. So now, get my sandbox. Okay, it's weird. Right. So now if I try running overseer run, it says choose one. Good. So let's say just to print, and then I'm just going to standard print line, hello world. Interesting. So my LSP actually doesn't recognize what version of C++ I'm on, and I wonder if I can fix that. But anyway, overseer open. Nope. Overseer close. Overseer just run. Where's like the GUI for that? I don't know. But I have 26 of just normal clang. So I'll do 2 first. And I get error. It says no member name print line and namespace standard, right? But if I do overseer run again, and then choose 1, it worked. So, well, it didn't actually output anything though. Or if it didn't tell me. Overseer toggle. It's weird. Overseer run. It's running. It ran. I guess it just shows the success then. It doesn't show the actual output of the program. So overseer run. Process exit 0, not 1. That's weird. I mean, it compiled, and then if I go out of here, right, and check the files and run a.out that generated hello world. Okay. Okay, sure. Well, that's that then. That works as well. So those are the different options. And yeah, so now it's just kind of configuring dap and configuring that. So configuring dap and configuring trouble to work for my workflow. And that is basically it. Then I can say I'm done with configuring Neovim for the time being, which is awesome. It means I can get to actually programming. So that was quite eventful. Next steps is to set up Rofi for a few things. I want to get like stuff like a power menu going. I need my lock screen to actually work. Like I have a lock screen, but it's meant to automatically activate when I close my laptop, but it just doesn't. I wonder if that's because I need to restart my computer first, so that the daemon has a chance to actually run, because I haven't restarted since adding that to my Hyperland start thing. And then yeah, Rofi as well for my project launching, so I can open any any project, any programming project from my row feed with like I don't know, super key, which is like the Windows key, P, will open a menu, and then I just type in or click on whatever project I want, and it'll open it in Neovim, right? Or whatever editor is suitable for that. Maybe I have like a project that's like a Scratch game that opens in Turbo Warp, or like I have a video maybe that I open in a video editor, something like that. I don't know. So that's what I want to set up as well. That'll be really important for getting things open quickly. And then I'll be ready to start actually programming. I'm excited. So subscribe to see more of that.